All right, so day after the snowstorm. It wasn't really snow. I don't know what this is. It's like really fine sleet. It's not flakes. It's little granules. It's like it snowed sand made out of water. But anyway, yeah, let's take a little wander through the woods, see what we can see. Wow, that's really, really cool. That's really cool. So, ice on the surface. Top of it's melting a little bit right now just because it's like 45 degrees. But over there you can see the flow. And where the water flows more, it freezes less. So you can just see the contours of how the water flows. And this is a great example of how streams and rivers meander. The inside, notice it's really frozen over there. The water doesn't flow over there as much. It kind of slows down on that side. But the outside over here, you can see exactly where the water flows. And it hugs the outside bend. Right there, it's very close to the edge. And you can also see right there, it's undercutting that bank quite a bit because the water's flowing faster here. So that's how rivers and streams erode the outside of the bend, which means that it just keeps moving further and further out like that and deposit things on the inside of the bend. So that just also keeps moving further and further out. So rivers and streams move towards the outside of their bends. And so you see up there, there's a little pool there, but that stream curves back around that way. And so up there, the outside of the bend is over there. And so it'll migrate, that bend will migrate that way as over time as it erodes. And this bend will migrate that way. And so this section in the middle will twist and both of these curves will become exaggerated. And at some point, they will sort of bend back on themselves and somewhere it'll touch and that'll leave a little oxbow lake type thing. But that is super cool. You can just see exactly where the flow happens the most. So here's a good example. So you see, well, right here, it's actually kind of disrupted itself. There's a little, looks like a landslide rockfall sort of situation right there. You see with the pile. So there's a big clump of dirt and rocks right there in the middle, sort of disrupting the flow. But we would probably, if that weren't there, we'd probably see what we saw back there with the flow actually hugging the outside. It's just there's an impediment right there right now. And you see that this is just sort of a peninsula right here. And there's a bend right there that curves back around. And it's just on the other side of that little area right there, the creek continues. So this is a very narrow little spit of land right here where this fallen tree root ball is. And this will continue to erode just like it did there, where it fell all that, where it made all that rock and dirt fall. That's now disrupting the flow. It will eventually wash all that away, and that will keep happening. More rocks and dirt will fall in and it'll keep washing it away from the outside of the bend. So this will keep moving this way, and that bend over there will keep moving that way. And at some point, this bend may very well eat straight through here and touch the creek over there. And then this will be an island. And that bend will no longer be part of the creek. The water will just sort of bypass it and cut straight across here. That's how oxbow lakes are formed. Do we have anything cool in the creek over here? Not particularly. Still beautiful though. Up here near the persimmon tree, we might see, I'm hoping to see some raccoon or possum tracks or something. I feel like they might come out to get the last couple of fruit off the tree. Those fruits are looking pretty sad now. I don't even want to eat them. Raccoons probably have higher standards than me. That's probably why they're still there. Yeah, I don't really see anything but deer tracks around here. there, that section still has ice solidly across the top because it's actually fairly deep right there. So all the water is flowing under the ice and the surface is actually fairly still. And then it gets very shallow here because there's a little shelf of rock rubble right here. So the flow gets pushed back up and disrupts ice formation and helps it also melt faster. So now you see this kind of jagged, bubbly sort of edge to the ice as it tapers out. And then this bend goes over there where there's another deep pool. You can see it, the flow kind of dives under, surface is ice all the way across the top, and it pops back up and keeps going. Normally I cross right there, but I don't really want to step on that one rock down there right now because I'm pretty sure I'll end up in the creek. So yeah, nothing but deer tracks. I was hoping to see a little bit more diversity of wildlife out here, but that's fine. Hey, little pawpaw tree, how you doing? I'm doing good. Good to hear it. Beautiful, beautiful ice on the pine. That's awesome. Deer are just continuing down the path that I made. And it makes sense. I was largely following game trails. That tree would make a good shillelagh style walking stick. It's got a burl down here. It's too bad it's a pine. Not the hardest wood, but still a pretty cool burl. Nice size too. We'll make a project out of that later. Over there was a deer bedding area at some point, somewhere in here. We can pop over there and see if we see any evidence of it. Oh, it's right there. Yep, they go that way. Let's see what this looks like. A lot of traffic. You can see set of tracks going off that way, set of tracks going off that way, set of tracks coming in that way, set of tracks going off that way. Looks like a party location. I don't really see any evidence of laying down, but definitely a little congregation area. Cool little game trail off that way. That looks like it would be fun to pursue at some point. I just don't want to go that way too much because at some point I'll pop out in somebody else's backyard. Got a cranefly orchid down there and its little inflorescence with its little fruits from this year. Probably millions of little seeds in there. Looks like they might be all spent. Kind of beautiful, simple.